Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A very interesting title, and I read this yesterday and today, and it becomes obsessive. These guys in the West and in Ukraine are promoting this decision or this promise coming from the Chinese. Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States of America, went and visited China on Sunday and Monday. Spoke with Qi, I think it's his name, Qi, the foreign minister of China, and with the president of China, Xi Jinping. And during all those meetings, we are supposed to think and believe that the Chinese promised everything and these guys did not give anything back. That if you look at the news, the Chinese did not get anything in return, but the Americans got this from them, got this from them, and got this from them. All right? I don't believe that. Remember, Blinken went to Beijing and not Qi arrived in Washington. So that means he came over there to speak. So that's very important. But nevertheless, he went over there. It seems like Blinken grabbed Xi Jinping and the foreign minister by the balls and made them say everything he wanted. I don't believe that a bit. Let me show you what the media has been pushing from yesterday and today. This piece of thing. Ukrainska Pravda. China confirms it won't supply weapons to Russia, Blinken says. Other articles use this word here instead of confirm, vows. You know, when you get married, you make your vows. I swear I will love you ever, from good and bad, and all that. So, that kind of thing is right here. They confirm. All right. Now, you know this means nothing. This means nothing. How do I know that? Well, because of other people's example. Now, we know that Russians are bad, Chinese are bad, and we are perfect. That's how things start. Starting from this worldview, which is shared by, and we are supposed to, otherwise we are Putin's That means that we, being good, everything we do, being perfect, is good. Well, how many times the US, our leaders, which are good, said, well, we're not going to send air defense systems to Ukraine. We're not going to send HIMARS. We're not going to send, those called? Fighter jets. No, we're against category not. We're not going to send tanks? Nah. Armored vehicles? No. Patriot systems? No. All those things changed into yes. So at one point, the United States said this: we will not do that. We confirm, we vow not to do that. But like in America, things changed. I learned it here, this kind of thing. It's very acceptable. Hey, you want to do this? We want to do this deal? Agree on a deal? We agree on it, and then the next day you come and say, I changed my mind. And you're supposed to accept it. Where I come from, that would entail a beating, at least, to say the least. Okay? And you're like, just a second. We made a deal yesterday or 2 days ago, and we said this is what's going to be. Or we discussed, we agreed we're going to go in the mountains. All right? Go over there traveling, like I used to. And you have everything done, and when you're about to show up over there, you meet the guys at the train station or wherever you go, or however you go to the mountains, he doesn't show up. And he's going to let you know he changed his mind. Okay, sometimes it happens, but when that is a pattern, well, that's not acceptable in a normal, civilized relationship between people. So when the United States said everything I said before, no tanks, no armored vehicles, no long-range, short-range, middle-range air defense systems, no Patriot, no HIMARS, no airplanes. All these things were, what was the name? Confirmed and vowed. That's no way. No. All these things turn into yes. Therefore, China, which is a bad country according to these guys here, and we are good, is really, really entitled to live up to its name. Bad country, isn't it? What makes you think that they, being portrayed as bad as the Russians, almost as bad as the Russians, but they can get over there at the level of the Russians when they're gonna not allow these guys to take care of Taiwan. Then they will get that level. But I think the Chinese will be, how should I put it straight? I think they will be more determined. See how nice euphemism I used? Determined in their fight with the West than Putin is. No, Putin is not determined. Putin works here at the minimum of his potential abilities. The potential. That's what it is. Russia is not in a war. That's why it's calling that thing a special operation. Why? Well, for me, it didn't conduct a general mobilization, for instance. That would give me the idea, well, these guys are at war now. That's why they are not at war. That's why they call it that way. But hey, they can't do anything here. They don't want to create instability in their country. That's what it is. That's why they try, okay, we're going to drain these guys little by little, and we're going to have some losses, but it's not a war. On the other hand, I have a gut feeling that the Chinese will go all war on these guys. Not like these guys here, okay, no. I don't think so. I don't think that the Russians employed 600,000 people in all this scuffle. 600,000 people. Out of the potential of at least 30 million male adults able to bear arms. So that's why, that's one reason. So here when they say China confirms, I changed my mind. As the United States changed its mind so many times because the things were going very well in Ukraine. You remember that rule? If, in an activity everything goes well, don't change anything. Let it go that way. If things don't go well for you, then you adjust and you add and you bring more people and more weapons. So when these guys were telling you from February 24th, 2022, that the Ukrainians were winning, somehow since they were winning since then until now, the masters gave them all more and more and more and more. That tells me that according to that rule that I just mentioned, the things were not going right. They're not going well for those guys. And still they're not going well because these guys are going to bring more pressure, more weapons, more everything in there. And you'll see. So, don't believe that. All this, they vow, yes, they confirm. Yeah. Like we confirmed, like we vowed. Definitely not. Everything that was definitely not 3 months ago, 7 months ago, a year ago, everything is right there right now. So, thank you very much, or however you prefer. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.